This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Looking for that last card to complete your online deck or just to find the latest booster packs in town, they literally have everything, and all these codes will be compatible with the upcoming TCG Live client. So be sure to stock up on some codes right now and use the coupon code SOBBLES for 5% of your next order. Also, this video is sponsored by CardMarket.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. You can get the latest product, you can get some cool promo cards, like for instance this luxury on the screen right now. Be sure to check out the affiliate link down below, and you're going to be helping out the channel tremendously. Last but certainly not least, this video is also sponsored by yourplaymat.com, the best website to create your own unique custom playmat. And of course, you can get 10% off your order by clicking the link down below. And you can, of course, create your own playmat by just starting here, and they ship worldwide. So what are you waiting for? So be sure to check it out. Thanks for sticking around with the commercials. Let's get this show on the road. Peace. What's up YouTube, it's TCG here, and welcome back to our TCG deck profile video on my channel. We're still exploring Fusion Strike, and it's been a blast for all the ideas we've actually gathered with, of course, the community. So if you guys are, of course, new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You're gonna get daily Pokemon TCG content that you don't want to miss out on. Today, none other than Greedent VMAX, and this is a very funky one that I'm actually looking forward to testing out in real life, just because of the fact that how cool it is to draw 3 prize cards by knocking out weak HP Pokemon. Let's just first talk about the Greedent, shall we? So the Greedent VMAX, this is what the hype is all about here. As you can see, the Big Stonks attack actually allows you to slap 30 damage, and if you knocked out a basic Pokemon that way, you actually take 2 additional prize cards. 2 more prize cards is crazy. That resembles back of the days of ADP. I know people actually hated ADP, but this is a little bit more balanced because it only slaps 30 damage. So if you have a high HP Pokemon, for example, like big VMAXs, you're an evolution Pokemon, you have high HP, you don't have to worry about this. But this deck actually aims on those pesky little evolving Pokemon. Think about Houndours, 60 HP, Sobble, 60 HP, stuff like Galarian Zigzagoon, 70 HP, all the weak HP Pokemon, even the new Mew from Celebrations. The more weak HP Pokemon there are in the meta, the stronger this card becomes. This is not an entire deck based around Greedent VMAX by itself. It's not like a 4-3 line or whatever. That could also be a thing we could test out on the channel very shortly when, of course, the cards become available to play around with. But for now, we're just talking about the deck in general, and maybe you guys have some great suggestions for the deck. But the Big Stonks attack is the attack we're going to be focusing on. Also, Max Greed slaps 160 and you can draw 3 cards. Also not too bad by 2-shotting VMAXs. We do run the Inteleon with quick shooting to poke, of course, the additional damage output required for a 1-hit KO on specific VMAXs. So not a bad card whatsoever. I know we're entirely weak to fighting. That's a thing that might keep it down for being played, because stuff like Single Strike Urshifu VMAX wants to knock this out very, very badly, as well as the one and only Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. So you have to be worried about those decks in general. We already have a Greedent in today's format, by the way. And the Greedent V in this format is actually not the one you want to be using. You want to be using this one, the Greedent V, which actually has the Body Slam, being able to potentially paralyze the opponent's active. I know there's a lot of switch cards out there. The other one discards Special Energy. So whether version you you want to be checking out, there's 2 copies of Greedent V in today's format. I think this one is better because it has 10 additional HP, as well as slapping 120 damage and also drawing 3 cards. Drawing a lot of cards is great, definitely because we want to get a lot of Inteleons out, and we do have some puzzle pieces that we need to require to get the combo off. But this deck, this Pokemon probably won't be doing the crazy damage output with Body Slam, but at least you can paralyze a Pokemon when the time is right. I think the bigger plan here is going for the one and only Big Stonks attack of the one and only Greedent VMAX. Okay. Moving forward, there's a lot to love about this list. You might see a couple of cards that you are not familiar with, so just let's just get those out of the way first. We have Toy Catcher. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has 50 HP or less remaining to the active slot. So you can instantly find this with none other than Shady Dealings Inteleon or the Drizzle with Shady Dealings. So you can gust up weak HP Pokemon. So the initial thing you want to do here, this is probably going to be happening in the late game. you want to, of course, slap some damage onto something like a Drizzle, for example. 20 damage onto a Drizzle might not seem like a lot, but then we pair that off with the 1/1 line of Banette. The Curse of Devolution: when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may devolve one of your opponent's bench evolved Pokemon by putting the highest stage evolution card into their hand. Let that sink in. I know it's only a 1/1 line, but it's very cool because we can get the entire puzzle piece back with Rescue Carrier. The Banette does have 90 HP, so that's why it's in here. So as you can see, put 2 Pokemon with each 90 HP or less into your hand. So if you happen to research this away, don't worry. If you happen to research this away, don't worry. You need this in the late game to devolve a Drizzle or a Houndoom in the opponent's play to just put it back to a basic weak HP Pokemon. Then on top of it, you use the quick shooting Inteleon to snipe through it. You could also think about adding in Scoop Up Nets or Galarian Zigzagoon. Those are also options, or you might even go for the Sponge Gloves, which is also in the Fusion Strike set, which allows you to slap 30 more damage to a water type Pokemon. That means you don't need any extra damage modifications, but you can actually make sure you can use Toy Catcher to, of course, target down stuff that you already used quick shooting on and you devolved by that way. Also, you can actually get something out of the discard pile with Echoing Horn, but more on that later. So what we're going to be trying and focusing is knocking out little Sobbles. We are playing an Inteleon engine, and as we've seen in the post-rotation format, Inteleon is literally everywhere. Everywhere we see Inteleons, and yeah, that's the reason why we're going to be punishing that with the Greedent VMAX and the Big Stonks attack. What we're going to do is knock out a Sobble, take 3 freaking prize cards. 3 prize cards because it's a basic and it has low HP and we can knock it out. And that's going to be fantastic. So you take 3 prize cards on the Sobble. If all goes well and you manage to get this off, you can do it again by using Echoing Horn and using Boss's Orders to knock it out again. I know there's one-off Toy Catcher, which doesn't happen in a lot of matches, but it is in here, and I love doing that to just take my last 3 prize cards with the Big Stonks attack. That's why there's only a 2/2 line of Greedent VMAX in here, because the main deck still focuses around Suicune V. It's very good as a 2-price liability. Just using Fleet-Footed, drawing extra cards, slapping a lot of damage with Blizzard Rondo, and also comes paired with the Echoing Horn, which actually allows you to put more bench Pokemon from the opponent, from the discard pile onto their bench, and that's going to be allowing you to dish out more damage with Blizzard Rondo. So a very solid 2-price attacker, and the deck is still focused around Suicune, but with a Greedent addition into it. So what we have is, of course, the one and only Big Stonks attack, and that only slaps 30 damage, as you can see on this card, but there's more to it because we have the quick shooting Inteleons, and not only that, we're actually going to be having the one and only powerful Chaos Energy to actually dish out more damage. That means the Big Stonks slaps 50 damage, which is all that we need to do in combination with some quick shooters, and that's going to be allowing you to one-shot all the weak HP basic Pokemon and punish them. So stuff like quick shooting in combination with Toy Catcher is awesome. You have the Echoing Horn to put basic Pokemon back. So a game plan could also be, if you have a great hand, like you have Greedent V as a starting Pokemon and a powerful Chaos Energy, you might also think like, can I just go for the KO on the active basic Pokemon and then already take 3 prize cards? You could do that, and then you only need Echoing Horn to do it again and you win the game. So you might also think about adding in a 4th copy of powerful Chaos Energy. In this situation, I actually decided to go for some Capture Energies because most of the time we will start with Suicune, and Capture Energy allows you to either get the Greedent or just to get something like Shuppet or something like the Sobbles here. It all works out in the end. Other than that, it's just a straightforward Suicune. We have Capacious Bucket to find our water energies. We can put some in the discard pile with Quick Ball, and then we can rely on Melony. Melony also activates onto the Greedent V, which allows you to get the attack off back-to-back. Let's say you go for Greedent VMAX. Greedent VMAX gets instantly knocked out. You can get another Greedent VMAX set up in 1 turn with the help of Melony. And also Melony gives us a little bit of a breathing room with the fact that people might be playing Crushing Hammer or Fan of Waves, and with Melony you can get 2 energies into play in the first place. I initially only had 2 copies of Melony and a lower amount of Suicune and more amount of Greedent V, but in testing, clever players won't actually slap down their entire Sobble engine, and by the time we're able to use the Greedent with the Big Stonks attack, they already have an Inteleon, so you're only able to use the Banette once. You can also think about adding in a 2/2 line of Banette, but I couldn't find the room for it. Maybe you can cut the Rescue Carrier as well as the Capacious Bucket for an extra addition. Banette is also not the thing you always need to do, by the way, so it's just in the late game to take your last couple of prize cards. Just note that down. down. Other than that, we have the Cape of Toughness providing 50 additional HP for the Suicune, so we have 260, and then Suicune just goes on a roll, knocks out stuff like the V Pokemon, the basic V Pokemon before they're able to evolve, or maybe you can poke a VMAX for a lot of damage. For instance, you slap 200 damage with the Suicune, and then you devolve them back all the way to a basic V, and then knock them out with the Big Stonks attack for 4 prize cards. That's also something you could do with this specific deck. So I just made this deck from scratch, and I already love it because of the fact that Greedent can be so much whoever we want it to be, and in this format, mark my words, there's so much Sobble all around that I actually am doubting to cut one of the cards for a Sponge Gloves, because Sponge Gloves allows you to slap 30 damage to an active water Pokemon. If you get this onto Greedent VMAX in the long term, actually in the early phase of the game, you're actually going to be able to slap already 60 damage, which is enough to knock out the Sobble. So yeah, Sponge Gloves. Think about it if you have room for it. Right now, it's a Suicune focus deck with a Greedent a layer on top of it. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out every single day. If you guys have any suggestions, be sure to feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And as mentioned, this deck is also running 3 copies of Research and 2 copies of Melony. So heavily relying on drawing a lot of cards so you can get all of this out, because this is a lot of stage 1 action, but of course with Evolution Essence and Level Ball, Searchable, Banette, it could be working out. So let me know what you think about this specific list. What would you change? Be sure to let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to rock the hell out of the like button. Helps out in ridiculous ways. Put a lot of time and effort into creating the new deck list from Fusion Strike, and a lot more are coming up, and hopefully we will be able to showcase TCG Live this week. If it either comes out this week, I really think so. Let's just hope so. You're gonna get all that information on this channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new. Also, be sure to check out our sponsor, SpotownStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. You can use that coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% off your order. And of course, you're gonna be able to get all the cards you want from Crobat V, Zacian, Eternatus, whatever you might need. They have promo codes for it, and you can also get the latest booster packs in town, and they're also compatible with TCG Live coming soon. So use that coupon code and save some money. Also, go check out cardmarket.com, the best European website for people that want to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. You can buy whatever you need, and they actually have very great prices, because it's like a battle going on between prices. So it's from people all across Europe where you can buy cards from, and what better way to unite ourselves with the one and only Card Market. I'm gonna be giving away a €5 coupon code for a newly registration people. So there's only for one people, actually for one person. Here I should say, so a €5 coupon code. So hopefully you will be the person that is going to be claiming this €5. And if you are, of course, creating an account on Card Market, be sure to use the referral name ZapDoesTCG. It helps out the channel ridiculously. Last but not least, yourplaymat.com, the best website to create your own unique custom playmat. Did you ever want to play on your own custom design or on your favorite wallpaper? You can do it right now. Go over to the link down below, get 10% off your order, and they ship worldwide. So what are you waiting for? Start playing on your Charizard mat or whatever favorite Pokemon you have. Google some perfect wallpapers and create it into your own personal playmat. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. If you have any Fusion Strike ideas, post them down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with more Pokemon TCG epicness. Peace!